He just was trying to match the energy that we just came out that last 6 minutes with. That's all it was.
You guys are so used to guys being in and out of the lineup in a game like this where the bench, three key guys in double figures. How important was that in trying to help get us W?
We just got a lot of great talent here, a lot of competitors. That's what showed tonight.
What's it like on this roster when you might get called 2 games in a row, you might not get called 3 games in a row? I know you've been through this somewhat in your career, but how do you stay in the moment that you could just turn it on when needed?
I think just staying professional. I think they do a good job of the staff keeping everybody staying ready, playing, staying in shape. So, both parts. They do a good job and the player does a good job.
You say staying ready. How hard is that, though? How hard is it it's easy to say it, but how hard is it to do it?
That's not hard for me. I'm used to it now. So then we got guys around that have done it too, so it's not that bad.
What can you tell from this offense the last couple of games? Monday, it seemed like the sky was falling. This team couldn't score. All of a sudden, you get back-to-back games where you get 131 and 125.
Never get too high, never get too low in this league. It's going to be ups and downs. That's all it is.
Thanks. Had to withstand some runs tonight. You know how fast they play. What was the key in trying to keep us close and give yourself a chance when they made those runs?
Just getting back, next play speed. This team plays very fast, getting the ball out quick. A lot of different actions. We had to, make sure we was locked in on the different guard-to-guard screens, turning with the pops and rolls, and just the way that they play with their pace on offense. So just staying locked in for 24 seconds to the shot clock on defense.
That third quarter, they blitz you quick for 9 points. All of a sudden, the lead's gone, and they're playing well. You and Alec in particular, with that second unit, were big in that third quarter. What was the key for you guys to find shots, play defense, get that rhythm going?
Yeah, just wanted to just bring some energy. We started off the third quarter very slow. They went on like a 9-0, 8-0 run. So, we know we had to respond and just had to just start with 3 straight stops. And after that, just getting out and running, getting some good looks. And just our spacing on offense was pretty good today as well. So just overall, just putting it all together on both ends.
Spo talks all the time about, stay ready so you don't have to get ready, all that kind of stuff. And tonight, you and Alec and obviously Duncan with the big performance. How hard is that to do, though, on a nightly basis when tonight, Jaime shifts over because Andrew was out and all of a sudden the bench unit kind of shifts around? How difficult is that, being ready to make those impactful minutes?
Yeah, in this league, it's a lot of ups and downs, long season, so you never know when your number's going to be called at any point in a game or during the season. So for me, I just try to just stay ready at all times and, just treat each game like I'm going to start. Treat each game the same, if I'm starting, not starting, or come off the bench, whatever. So, AB's been a pro the whole year with the same way. When he comes in, he provides an automatic spark. He's always ready. He never complains when he doesn't play. So, he's a great example of that. And I just try to look at him because he's a vet who's been in this league for years and years. And he's a great guy as well.
You play with a lot of different defensive point of attack guys in that top of that press. What do you think makes Davion different in terms of the different guys you play with in that role?
Yeah, he's a bulldog. You can just see, the way he's into the ball. He doesn't really get screened a lot, and it's kind of interesting to me for when I'm at the free throw line in the press when I'm talking to him, and I'm about to say, they set a scrum on, so they switch it, but he's already bullying through it. I already just get through it, and I got to read off of him. But he's a bulldog, like I said, and it's great to have a great defender like that on this team. And I feel like me and him can be a good combo in the press and also on man as well.
Thanks, H.
Yeah, I just took the open shot, honestly. I kind of knew they was going to leave me open the way Tyler was going. And I just stepped in the rhythm, and it was just an easy shot from there.
Offensively, it seemed like throughout the night it was working well. They were just hitting a lot of shots. How were you guys able to kind of maintain that when they built up the 12-point lead and kind of stick around enough to have that chance in the fourth?
Yeah, they play really fast. Even when you score, they out and running. They got some really good perimeter players who can pass, shoot. Everyone can kind of create up the dribble, especially with Miles Turner. He's a threat, so it kind of puts us in a different rotation. So we knew it was going to be a lot different. We knew it was going to go on runs, but we just try to keep playing our same pace.
And after Monday's struggles, that's 131 and 125 in back-to-back games. What have you sensed? Is it a matter of the shots are falling or the shots are better, or what's happened these last 2 games?
I just think that we got more chemistry. We're trusting one another. But like you said, the shots are falling. We're getting really good shots. We're taking the easy ones, one-mores. We're taking easy shots that we can make.
Clearly we are going to have to get used to you having back and forths with the other team's point guard. But what was the battle like tonight with Halliburton?
Oh, man, it's always good with him, especially because I played with him my first year, my rookie year, battling in practice. So it kind of reminded me of those times like that. But that's a really good player. He got really good people around him. Makes him a lot better also. So that's a good team over there for sure.
You talked about different combinations defensively, but what do you kind of like about those lineups with you and Haywood, where you guys can kind of just play the top of the press or zone and kind of just be all over the place?
Yeah, 2 point of attack defenders who can guard the perimeter. He can guard 1 through 5. For me, I feel like I can guard 1 through 4. But kind of you can switch. He's really pesky, and he's a smart defender. He knows when to go to double. He gets steals like that. He disrupts their offense. He's really smart. I mean, he also been in the Heat culture, so they teach you that. But it's really good to play with him.
Suppose even saying how maybe sometimes you give the ball to the best player, maybe to a fault at some points, and he says there's still stuff that we're getting more comfortable, but still stuff to kind of clean up there. Well, do you see yourself kind of getting more comfortable, and you kind of acknowledge this stuff that still needs to be cleaned up?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, every game I play in my career is going to be some stuff that I need to clean up. I'm not really worried about that. I just try to go out there and get the win, and that's what we did tonight.
Everybody's staying ready. I mean, we preach this all the time because you never know when Spo's going to throw you in a game. You never know. You might go from, like you said, you might go from not playing in the first half to you start the second half and then you'll finish in the fourth. So you never know when your name get called. So for us, it's always being ready and next man up mentality.
You guys outscored them 18-6 and second chance points. Like whether or not it's you guys protecting that big lead or it's a close game, like how vital is it to control the possession game like that? Man,
because I mean y'all have seen us smoke a couple games, and it's just vital because when you have games like that, when you're owning the possession games, those are the ones where when they get down to the wire, you're so comfortable. And everybody's calm, everybody's collected. Even if they go on a run, you know, instead of it being 15-0 run, it's 6, and then we weather that storm. So you know, it's good that we win the possession battle.
You being the backline guy in the press, you've seen a lot of different guys over the last few years with his team be the top 2, you know, at the front of the press. What is different about Davion and Haywood compared to all, you know, the guys that have funneled through that system?
I call Davion Pitbull. I mean, obviously you see what he does when he picks up 94 feet. Obviously you see what he does on ball, and we've seen HB, quote unquote, locksmith for a couple of years now. So it's good to have him in the front because obviously Spo lets him go. And that's what they want. That's what we want. We want him to be aggressive up there, get steals, impact the ball, and obviously it turns into winning.
Bam, you mentioned before last game that you guys are closer than maybe what you think they are, and even Spo said before after this game that there's a lot of clarity now. Do you feel like that you guys are even closer now to a breakthrough, or is it just you have to again prove it there on the court?
I mean, we're always gonna have to prove it. Easier said than done, but when you go out here and get wins like this and you start stacking them and you obviously be like, dang, like we can beat certain teams, we can beat some of the teams that are in the higher standards than us, and you start to get faith, you start to grow, and then that's when everybody gets involved, that's when everybody starts to get that belief.
Thank you.
Okay. This question is for Tyler. You guys struggle in Atlanta, and nothing goes in, and then you guys shoot 57 and 58 the last 2 nights here. Just how much different does everything feel after 2 nights of the ball actually just going in?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it's just the game of basketball. It's just how it goes. Some nights shots fall, some nights they don't. I think ultimately staying consistent to the shot patterns that we're getting, the shot profile. We've been generating good shots since the All-Star break, so we want to just continue to do that. We have amazing shooters on this team, guys that can attack, guys that can finish. So it's about trusting the process and sticking with what the coaching staff puts us through.
We know you to be a player who trusts his teammates, but when they send to you late and Davion is sitting there on the wing, is there any hesitation whatsoever, and does it help that he was 5 of 5 from 3 last game too?
I mean, it helps, but I said it after the game. He's one of the hardest workers that I've played with. Just seeing how since he's been here, how much time he puts into his craft, every single day. He's gonna be right back at it again tomorrow morning. So when you see guys like that, you trust it, and good things tend to happen. So he puts the work in, and I'm gonna ride with him.
What's it like? You still have so many moving parts. I mean, all of a sudden you get out there in the second half, Khalil's on the bench, Alec is in there. What are those on-the-fly adjustments that you guys have to do? Now I feel bad finishing the question. What are those on-the-fly adjustments that you guys have to do? Like, what's that like? That all of a sudden, okay, no Khalil, Alec, we're going small. What's that like in the moment to have to adjust to?
Right now, at this point in the season, is by any means necessary. We're trying to get wins. Coach Spo saw some things, in the first half that he felt make an adjustment going into the second half. I don't think it's permanent. We'll see, but I think next game can be different. At this point, we're trying to just win by any means necessary, and whatever that takes, we're gonna do.
That's you guys' second straight game with 30 assists. Like, how much of that is you guys simply making shots, or just like a changed approach in how you guys run your offense?
No, like I said, just trying to continue to, generate good shots, game after game. Whether they go in, just depends on the ball in the rim. We just got to continue to generate those same shots.
Hey, Tyler, I remember the first day you were seated in that place. You spoke about your military haircut, your attitude for the season. I'd like to know how are you feeling right now, 5 months later, with all the things that happened, with your role after Jimmy left, winning also the three-point contest. I mean, how are you feeling? And
I feel good.
I
feel good. It's a regular day for me, man. Just trying to get wins for my team. My mindset is about consistency right now. Coming in and day out, with the same mindset, trying to be consistent and, rely on my work. And trying to be more of a voice for the guys in the locker room and trying to lead. But nothing's changed for me. I came into the season with a clear mind, and my mind's clear as it's ever been. So I'm excited to continue to work and get better every day like I've been doing. Beautiful.
Hurry up. You guys are losing players in the locker room.
You've spoken to us about how it has to be anyone and everyone. We really saw this in this game.
Yeah.
Davion with the three, Alec coming in the second half, providing a spark. Jaime doing some stuff in the first half, and even Terry getting minutes. Can you sort of talk about sort of just spinning the rotation wheel and getting enough from a lot?
Yeah, I mean, there's clarity on where we are right now. It's all hands on deck and impact the game. We need our X factors, and our X factors have been there and a 10x way for us. Each one of those guys that you mentioned, Jaime really sparked us in that second quarter. He and Alec in that unit, I think it was a 13-2 run to finish out the half, and then about 3 minutes and change. And that was part of the reason why we just went with that lineup in the second half. This game was moving so fast. If you could get any traction with any kind of lineup or anything that was going well, you want to try to maximize that. And then in the second half, I thought Khalil really responded well, played some really impactful minutes and did some good things on both ends of the court. Alec hit some big shots. If he doesn't do that, they're probably creating some separation. Terry was really good in his minutes. He was really disruptive defensively. He was getting after it. And then I think that always impacts, the offense, going, the other way. H was, not as loud as he was the other night, but pretty impactful. So it was two good wins, and a lot of guys had their fingerprints on both of these wins, which makes it nice. And that last play that you mentioned, I really enjoyed seeing that play. Davion was doing a lot of tough things, guarding and expending a lot of energy, on that end, and doing a lot of screening on that end. And Tyler had the trust play, in the moment of truth. Just to get off it, and Davion hit that big, three. Coaches love to see those kind of trust plays.
To continue with the Davion theme, this is 2 home games in a row that he's shown not just the ability to make the big shot, but he's shown a willingness to take the big shot. How aware were you of that? I mean, everyone talks about his defense. How aware were you of that part of his game?
You don't know, necessarily. The one thing I know just based on his college career and early on. He is a great competitor. If you're a great competitor, you know, you probably want to have these kind of opportunities and these kind of moments. You know, the close games, and you have to make plays, you know, on both ends of the court. You know, so I think that's probably what a lot of this is. And we want to, you know, encourage him, you know, to continue to be more aggressive. You know, I think he still can be a guy that can, you know, generate some easy opportunities when he touches the paint. He's a very willing passer. He wants to get guys involved. He wants to get our main guys the ball almost to a fault. We'll clean that all up. You know, but I you know, I like his game when he's assertive, because he has the right intentions, you know, to move the ball.
Tyler's usage and shots are obviously up, but you talked about you made that trust play at the end of Davion. How have you kind of seen him strike that balance of obviously he has to get his own shots, but also playmaking as well?
Yeah, I mean, he's been doing that now for a long period of time. He's seen all the different coverages, the traps, aggressive coverages. We need him to score. We need him to make plays, but he's really developed his playmaking, you know, over the last 2 or 3 years. He sees the floor, he sees coverages, and sometimes, you know, the best plays are the easy plays, just to get off it. And sometimes the earlier you get off it, the better opportunity you have, you know, for that next guy.
Obviously, there's a lot of make or miss baked in between that first Atlanta game and then the last 2 games. But if you take the opportunities you're getting as a whole, do you feel like the framework of the offense going forward for the next month plus is where you want it to be?
Yeah, hopefully. You know, we want to continue to build on this. You know, the more guys that can feel confident in their role, have clarity in that, and can be live threats out there, the better it is for us. We have a locker room that is unselfish. You know, guys want to make plays for each other. Even Tyler, you know, I mean, he knows, we know, the staff knows, the other team knows. You know, he has to score for us, but he's a willing passer. He'll get off the ball. You know, he wants to set up guys. And that's a great thing. And to a man, everybody in the locker room, you know, loves to see their teammate, you know, play well, and they want to try to help their teammate play well. That's a great starting point. And so I think hopefully the clarity, you know, can give guys a little bit more confidence, and then momentum. Thank you.